I'm gonna just start off by saying I hated Donald Trump. I thought he was a buffoon, racist, sexist, chauvinist. First of all, he was a celebrity. And that's how and why I figured he was where he was in the candidacy. Because he was a fucking celebrity. He was the embodiment of everything that I hated in this country. In one little Cheeto orange package. I was on the streets of Oakland the night of the election. One of the first people out there. Up on Fish Ranch Road. Saw the red and blues down below. Said, I should probably get down there. I never thought I'd be where I am right now. I never thought I would be taking the stance that I am. And never in a million years. You would have told me this a year ago, I'd have told you, your eyes up. I'll do what you haven't. But fate can be ironic sometimes. Now, when I was out on the streets of Oakland, first few nights was, revelrous. It was a lot like the early days of Occupy. Just everybody, so organic gathering of people under, flying the same flag of fuck this. I went out on the second night. I got shot by a beanbag. And I still went out 2 more nights after that to get tear gassed and do first aid for people who were getting tear gassed. By the way, liquid Maalox, watered down, sprayed into the eyes, instant relief. You get people going from kill me, to that's refreshing. Yeah, liquid Maalox, tear gas. Anyways, on the 4th night, I saw there was 4 young ladies who were. They had matching white clipboards, brand new. They had whatever they're referring to on the clipboard. They had it covered by a sheet of paper, a blank sheet of paper. And I find that kind of suspicious. And they were identified as the organizers, or and like were identifying themselves as in charge. By the way that they were touting around, and they really gave no regard as to other people's opinions. Weren't open to any suggestions on how to figure stuff out. I always tried going over the Occupy hand signals, so we could figure out which direction we want to go, or whether or not we want to take the freeway at 10:30 at night with maybe 24 of us at that point, which nobody really wanted to. But these girls, like, as soon as we got near the freeway, they were just like Braveheart, just like, charge! And I was like, what the hell are you doing? And tried doing it, through the consensus-based decision-making process outlined that, for me at least, at Occupy, that has been used at pretty much every protest I've ever been to. And these girls, they want no part of it. And so at that point, I kind of took a step back. And the next day, I saw there was a tweet from the Saudi royal prince, one of them, and just bashing on Trump. Tell him to drop out. And I thought to myself, that's not a bad thing. I mean, that's a bad guy. When a bad guy doesn't like it, that must mean you're maybe doing something right. Then I thought back to a meme that I saw a few weeks earlier. And at the time, I had laughingly pointed at it and said, it was, for the first time ever, all 6 presidents are telling you, all 6 past presidents are telling you not to vote for somebody. And I thought to myself jokingly at the time, that's the first thing that makes me want to vote for him. And 2 weeks later, it's not so funny. So I start going down my list of, people the world would be better off without, legitimately. Wholeheartedly. Some people call it, Illuminati. Some people call it the New World Order. Some people call it, whatever. Council of 13, Trilateral Commission. God, there's so many. It's going on. Anyways, as I'm going down this list, I noticed that everybody that that did comment on him, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Warburgs. Actually, I didn't hear anything from Warburg. Obviously, Bushes and Clintons, and pretty much all the the whole Saudi family. Pretty much all the worst people in the world. George Soros. So it started off as like, okay, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Devil's advocate. There we go. I started reevaluating. Why do I hate him? Well, obviously he's a racist. That's the first thing that pops up. Sexist. Grabber in the pussy. Oh, that's inappropriate for a presidential candidate. So I went through all these moments in time. Started off with the big one. It's talking about Mexicans. They're rapists. They're murderers. Man, I must have seen that looped through a million fucking times during the election. But you go and you watch the whole speech, and it's totally taken out of context. The actual context is, like he's going through a list of things that are slipping across the border, along with, undocumented workers. And as he's going through this list, they're bringing up this, they're bringing up drugs, they're bringing up this, they're rapists, they're murderers. Like, it was very ambiguously worded. And I don't think this was done unintentionally either, because I don't these days, I don't think that Obama, I'm sorry, these days, I don't think that, oh, shit, that's a red light. Whoop. Saw the thing going for whoop, yes. I don't think Trump is the total buffoon that he's trumped up to be. No pun intended. I believe that he ambiguously worded that because he knew that the media was going to run with it. And anybody who really looked into it could see, okay, the context was iffy, but he didn't technically say anything racist. And at the same time, he just won, unfortunately, 10-15% of the population, of the vote. Because there's a lot of racist people in this country, unfortunately. And they don't look too much deeper than face value. Like that was it for them. Like, oh shit, he's got our vote. Ain't no other guy for me but Trump. Because he said that borderline racist stuff. Yeah. It's not like they're digging deep into it or checking up on it. On November 2nd, going, honey, is that Cheeto guy still he's still racist? All right. He still hates the Beaners? All right, cool. No, they take things for surface value. They commit wholly to their first impressions without giving room for retribution or change or contemplating the possibility of being wrong. So I think Trump did that on purpose so that he could, win that instant vote. And something that could be smoothed over somewhat, for those that are willing to actually look at the full context. Then we get to Grabber in the Pussy. That video was filmed in 2005. And there's actually no video of him saying it. There's a video of the outside of the Access Hollywood van, or bus, as it pulls up. Can't see anybody inside. And then they get out, and there's no mention or insinuation of the conversation that, got him in trouble inside, that they had just the audio of. To which he said, sometimes I just grab them in the pussy. They let you, and this, that, and the other. And he did say they let you. So many times it's quoted and memed, and it's grab them in the pussy, ... and that ... every time. Yeah, that's where he that's where he acknowledges that there was consent as well. So that's a big distinction there. And it was locker room talk. You know what? Like, I'm sorry, but 9 out of 10 people out there have said something like that along, at some point in their life. Something at least that offensive, if not worse. I mean, some people make that an everyday conversation. Now, is it appropriate for a presidential candidate? No, but that was in 2005. He wasn't a presidential candidate. And are we really going to take Access Hollywood as a source for something to base an entire, like labeling opinion upon? Like, you label somebody as a sexist or it's kind of a big deal in this day and age of feminism. Same with race. Like, come on, we're just slapping these labels on people, like Nazi, Klan, like KKK involvement, like. Unless the dude's in the fucking Klan, unless the dude is rocking swastikas, unless he is promoting anti-Semitic speech, shut the fuck up. Like, there's only so many labels that you can give a person that are worse than sexist or racist or any of those ists. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break on this one.